let's just have a brief review of what is cohesionless soil and cohesive soil, since we kept on mentioning this from our previous discussion. So I thought that it would be nice if we can have a brief review just for us to be reminded of the characteristics of cohesionless soil and cohesive soil. So we have here a table table of comparison for a cohesive soil and a cohesionless soil. So when we say cohesive soil, these are the soils. Cohesive soils are a type of soil that stick to each other. So your keyword here is they stick to each other. While for the cohesionless soil, these are soils that do not adhere to each other and they rely on friction. So do not adhere, or in short, do not stick to each other. And then cohesive soils are less likely to or harder to erode. So it is harder to erode because, of course, of their characteristics that they stick together. Cohesionless soils may be larger grained and they erode easier as they do not stick to each other. So what are the examples of cohesive soil? These are the silts and the clay, or the fine-grained soils. And then for the cohesionless, these are the sands and the gravels, or the coarse-grained soils. So, say for example, in the problem that we had considered a while back, we it didn't mention that the soil is cohesive, but by just merely saying that the soil is a clay, so that would already give you a clue that the soil is cohesive. So not necessarily that in the problem it will you will see the word cohesive or the word cohesionless. So other than the clue, if the cohesion is equal to 0, you know that it's cohesionless. If it has a value, then you know that it's cohesive. But other than those cues, it would be nice also if you know the characteristics, so that sometimes if the soil is just being described, then you can identify if it is cohesive or cohesionless. So we have here a flow chart just to show again, or a summary of the comparison. So all in all, we have here the soil, and then we have two types of soil, the inorganic and organic. So we are here at the inorganic, since for the organic, this is just for the compost, etc. But we are that's not the soil that we are talking in the geotechnical engineering. So nandito tayo sa category ng inorganic. And then inorganic, there are two. You have the cohesive and then the cohesionless. So for the cohesive, you have the clay and the silt. And for the cohesion, you have either the sand, the gravel, or the stone. So again, sand, the characteristics of the sand, they do not stick together. Likewise with the gravel, likewise with the stone. And then for the clay and silt, their characteristics is they can stick to one another. So that is just a brief review of cohesionless versus cohesive type of soil.